What's going on, guys? My name's Jack, and welcome to the Appalachian Farmhand channel. I'm here on my family's roughly 150-acre property tucked deep in the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia. First of all, I'd just like to ask for y'all's grace. This is my first time creating and editing videos, and I'm well aware that there's a very large learning curve in doing all of that. So I just ask for y'all's grace until I get a couple underneath my belt. Just cut me some slack. I know it's going to be a little bit rough for a little while. So if you guys don't want to listen to me ramble about what we're doing here and the different things that are going on for the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'll post a link above to where you can skip ahead. And I guess if you want to, listen to me ramble, stick around. If I'm able to make an intro, which I should be able to, I'll throw that in there. If not, we're just gonna roll it. So stick around. Welcome back again. My name is Jack. Welcome to the Appalachian Farmhand channel. Again, I'm here on my family's roughly 150-acre property tucked deep. And when I say deep, I mean it is deep in the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia. What is this channel going to be about? So I do a lot of outdoor stuff, whether it's hunting and fishing, hiking, camping, but I spend the majority of my time now working on this property. So this is roughly 150 acres, as I said before. I don't actually know the exact acreage of the property, but when I figure it out, I will pass that knowledge along to you guys. And it's just sort of been neglected. My great-grandfather bought this in the 1960s, and it's been in my family ever since, but it's just been neglected. The fields are grown up. The edges of the field haven't been kept. There's trees down. The trails haven't been kept up. It's really hard to get on the property. There's mold all through the cabin over here. So there's just a lot of work to be done. And so that's basically what this channel is going to be about. And I hope, that's something that interests you guys, that you would stick around for this journey in doing this. If not, that sucks, I guess. Go find something else to watch. But that's basically what the rundown of this channel is going to be. So I hope that you guys, find that interesting and you'll stick around and watch it. All right, so now that we've got the who and the what done, now's for the why. Why am I making these videos? So my brother and my father also have the same interests as me, that they love this property, but they don't have the ability of being here, whether it's because of their occupations or their proximity to the land. And so this is stuff that, as I said before, interests them. And so I really wanted to afford them the ability to feel like they're a part of this and that they're, able to see what it is that I'm doing through this process. And so that's the first reason why I was going to do this. I figured why not just make videos and put them on YouTube. So in the grand scheme of things, if nobody watches these videos except for my father and my brother, I don't care. All right, guys, I got to apologize. There's a train on the other side of the river right now running, and it's a little bit loud. So if you hear any noises, that's what it is. So the second reason for making these videos is that after sort of analyzing myself, I realized that I have an irrational fear of speaking in front of a camera that has nobody behind it, which doesn't make any sense because I've always done well in interviews and in public speaking in public settings. I have no problem talking. But when you put me in a situation where it's just a camera and there's nobody behind it and there's no gestures of approval or disapproval, like head nods, shaking the heads, things like that, um, I just freeze up. And so that's something that I wanted to get past. It was something that I really wanted to just throw myself into the fire and start doing. Um, and so that's really reason number two. All right, again, I'm going to apologize. The train is still running on the other side of the river. But reason number three. Reason number three for me making these videos is that I've seen for years people like Stony Ridge Farmer, Just a Few Acres Farms, Country View Acres, have channels and build community around projects that they have. Um, and so whether they're a multi-million dollar farm or they're just a family farm, they've been able to build community around their projects and get different ideas and outside opinions on things that they're doing, and really help them work through um, issues that they might be having on their properties, and projects that they're going through. And so that's something that I've always thought was really interesting. And I've always had the physical ability and the mental aptitude to be able to do this, but I've never been in proximity to the land, and I've never really had the tools until now, which I hope to be able to get more tools. It'll sort of be up to my fiance, um, in the financial burden that I can put on us, to be able to work on this property effectively. So that's really the reasons that I'm making this YouTube channel and making these videos. And so I hope that it's something that you guys enjoy watching. Beyond that, today I'm going to get some work done. Hopefully, you guys stick around and you want to see if there's literally anybody still left watching this video. um, so, I've split the property up into 7 different sections. And the first section that I really want to work on is the one that I'm in right now, which is right next to the cabin. There's trees down and there's stuff that needs to be cleared out, because this is a very scenic, very aesthetically pleasing area. And it's something that I'd just really like to clean up and just get looking right, so that while I'm dying in the summer heat, that at least I have something pretty to look at when I'm working up in the apple orchard and down in the lower field. So stick around, and I'll sort of give you a rundown of the property, and I'll get some work done before I head out of here. All right, guys. So as I said before, I'm up here at the cabin. There's a bunch of trees down. Hopefully you guys can see that back behind me. I just want to get these cleared up. I like to apologize for the microphone. Starting to get low on battery, and I don't want it to die before I even start getting any work done. So if the audio is not really working correctly, that's why. But we're going to try to get this cedar tree. There's a couple pine trees that are down up there, and then there's an intro to a trail right back there on the other side of Henry the tractor, that's been probably parked there for somewhere around 50 years now. So I'm gonna start doing that. All right, guys. Again, I apologize for the microphone. I just didn't want to run that battery down all the way, so I'm having to run straight off of the camera's battery, or microphone, excuse me. I know that I said that I was going to go ahead and just knock down this split tree right here. But the reality of the situation is I don't feel like walking around this tall grass. So I've got my steel FS56 RC, and then I've got my brush cutter head on it, and I'm just going to go ahead and clear out the area that's around this tree. All right, now that I've got all that knocked down around it, I feel like I can work more effectively, just because I didn't feel like having all that grass rubbing up against my legs the entire time. I've got my steel MS 170 right here, and I'm thinking the best approach to this is knocking all the branches out from underneath it so that I can actually deal with the branch itself. Again, I know I was just talking away from the camera, but I am not restarting this video. But I'm gonna go ahead and knock all the branches off the bottom of it because I feel like I can handle the branch better if I just have it laying down attached to the tree. I have more control of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to work on that. All right, so I just filmed this whole part prior to this, and then realized that the audio was so bad that I was going to come back and redo it. I'm not too keen on doing all the niceties and all the other crap to make movie-esque videos for YouTube. So, uh, you know, the approach didn't turn out to be quite what I thought it was going to be. I could not figure out which way that branch was leaning, what direction that gravity was going to take it. And I wasn't too excited to have that branch land on me, so I went ahead and just started knocking it down from the end, moving up towards the actual tree itself. We got a big old brush pile. I don't know if you guys can see that down here. At some point in time, we'll light that up and get it burning. I put it on a bare spot so we can get some nutrients on that clay, potentially help it to start producing some turf at some point in time. As for the actual tree itself, it's about 16 and a half feet long that we ended up pulling off of it, or I ended up pulling off of it. I think there's about a 10-foot usable beam that I got out of it, and a couple of joists that I should be able to use for making blinds this fall for hunting season. So that's pretty much it. The next thing that we're going to tackle, we got to this one's going to be real fun. See if we can get a shot of it here. So stick with me. We got a pretty sizable pine tree down here behind it. Clearly, I'm going to move the truck first because I really don't need that thing to fall in the truck. But it's pretty much sitting as a widowmaker back here. I'm going to call it that just because it's still suspended up in the air. I'm going to have to come after this one pretty careful. Uh, Try not to drop it on the tractor over here because that'd be an issue in itself. Um, but I'm thinking that I'm going to try to start working at it from the area that's closest to the ground itself, down at the base, and try to work my way up, get it to fall whichever way that it'll go. Um, Again, I'm pretty far out here, so I really don't want to end up in a situation where I'm getting myself hurt. So I think that this right here might end up being the last project that we have for today. It should pretty much bring us to the end of the day. So let's get to work on this. All right, so I lied um, until I have somebody to actually help me with that larger pine tree that's down over there on the other side. I'm facing towards Henry the tractor. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and tackle the smaller trees when I'm by myself, just because that one is gonna be a little bit dangerous. And quite frankly, right now in this heat, I don't feel like doing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the chainsaw and start knocking this one down. So for some reason, I thought it would be the best idea for me to leave the chainsaw on the ground some 50 yards off that way where we were working on the other cedar tree. And when I went over there and retrieved it, I saw that we're getting low on gas. So we're going to go ahead and fill it back up. So like I said, I haven't had very much seat time on this steel. So far, it's a pretty good chainsaw, though. I don't have any complaints about it. I'm going to be completely candid with you. I've only used steel chainsaws and don't have much to compare it to other than the one Husqvarna that I used. At Up in Michigan when I was working as a farmhand. But so far, I love this thing, man. I haven't had any issues with it at all. I don't blame it. It's not quite sipping chain oil the way that I thought that it would, but I also just got it stuck about 9, 10 dozen times. So can't really blame it. All right, I'm gonna get this thing running. We'll hop back over there and get back to work knocking this pine tree down. All right, so I went ahead and got the whole pine tree loaded up in the back of the truck, minus the actual main beams that were on the tree. I'm still deciding what I'm going to do with those, whether I'm going to turn them into firewood or just chuck them in the fire. um, just because I don't know what we're going to be doing this fall. So um, I guess that's pretty much it for that tree, minus making a decision on what we're going to do with the actual wood itself. I'm going to drive the truck over there, and throw all this into the brush pile. All right, well, it's getting to be about that time of day today. Um, Start shutting everything down and start heading back home. Um, I know I've got some more work to get done, but videoing it's just going to take too long. So I wanted to, say my goodbyes and do my outro, I guess, um, before I set back home. I want to try to get some of this work done prior to leaving here, but like I said, it's not going to be on camera. I'll give you an update the next time that I'm on the property. Um, Sort of just like a little recap of the stuff that I got done because I still got this pine tree that's still sitting over here in a pile, and um, I just got some more stuff to do. Um, that being said, thank you for joining me for like the inaugural video of the Appalachian Farmhand channel. I really appreciate you sticking around. If you're at this point, I'm sure that there's no one paying attention to this except for my dad and my brother, but I appreciate y'all watching. Again, I'm sorry for the audio problems that we were having earlier, whether it was the train or me not being able to use the microphone, whatever it happened to be. Again, thank you for joining me. Come back again sometime.